All right, guys, happy Saturday night. We are live in the KENS 5 Digital Weather Center on a Saturday evening. It is December 14th. We're almost halfway through the month of December, the last month of 2024, and just 10 days away from Christmas. It doesn't really feel like Christmas outside. It did the last several days, but now the humidity's back, the moisture's back, the fog, the rain, the drizzle. If you step out this evening, if you've already stepped out, and you probably realize how damp it is. And we're in a very spring-like pattern where temperatures hover in the 60s and 70s, warmer than average, and that moisture, that saturation at the surface and also in the atmosphere produces that on and off nuisance drizzle out there, and that's what we're seeing tonight. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to comment down below. Just want to double check audio is working okay before we get started. That's the radar, what you're seeing since 8:50, so that was only about 2 minutes ago. Let me update it and get started. Outside right now, though, it is wet, it's damp. There is on and off light rain moving through a couple areas of more moderate rain north and east of downtown, and I think we'll continue to see that all night long. Through tomorrow morning, it's really going to be the fog, the rain, the drizzle, the mist that take over, and that's going to impact Sunday morning travel. So if you're going anywhere early tomorrow morning, 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m., leave early because there will be traffic because of the weather that's moving in. It's not going to be heavy rain. It's not going to be anything, thunderstorms, nothing like that. But it'll be foggy, it'll be misty, and the visibility will be down a lot by tomorrow morning. And it is right now as well. So outside right now, it is mostly cloudy over Calaveras Lake, and you can kind of see that light rain, the precip that's moving through over downtown San Antonio with our sky cam in the upper and bottom left-hand corner. There it is right there. So expect more of that. That is the theme for the overnight forecast. We don't really, switch things up much either tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. It's not until next week by Wednesday things change a little bit more. So those are the December numbers. So by the end of the month, we're typically in the lower 60s for daytime highs and the lower 40s for morning lows. Today, we are in the lower 70s, so way warm for December standards. And then tomorrow, some spots across San Antonio and the metro and the hill country, we may even hit 80 degrees in some areas tomorrow. It's going to be very warm, not really December-like weather for today and tomorrow, and even through Monday and Tuesday. From Least, your back porch, it is wet. Yeah, a lot of folks, a lot of neighborhoods, a lot of areas around town seeing some pretty good rain this evening. So you're not alone, Lise. You are not alone. It's not measurable rain. I mean, it is maybe 100th to 5/100ths of an inch of rain, but it's not a lot. It's not a ton of rain, but it is causing problems out on the roads. So that light rain, that drizzle can be a nuisance. Be very careful if you're trying to travel out there tonight or tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at the Christmas forecast. Now, that's still 10 days out. A lot can change between now and Christmas, as it always does, right? The weather, the forecast is always ever changing. We try to understand it. We do our best as meteorologists, but, things, Mother Nature can throw us curveballs. But right now, we are looking at highs in the 60s for Christmas Day and lows probably in the 50s. Now, again, that can change as we get more forecast data in by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, because we're still 10 days out and a lot can change. So, but the trend is warmer and drier. There may be a small chance at rain, some precip on Christmas Eve. That's the only measurable possibility I'm looking at right now. But overall, warmer and drier. And I know what you're thinking, 60s, that's not warm. Well, I mean, from what we're seeing, it's like trending in the upper 60s, maybe near 70 on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That's pretty warm for the last month of the year, last month of fall. Winter begins officially, I believe, on December 21st. So this time next weekend, let me just double check that. Because it's still technically fall outside, and winter is not here yet, but it's on the way. It's on the way. First day, it always fluctuates between like December 20th, December 21st every year. This year, for 2024, it is December 21st. So it is, next Saturday is the first day of winter. I need to put that on the 14-day forecast. But yeah, so if you're just joining us, the forecast trend is warmer and drier for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Highs in the upper 60s, lows probably in the lower to mid 50s. That's what it's looking at now. But again, we will update you and keep you posted on any additional changes. The yard likes it, absolutely. My front and backyard is loving the rain. It's been very damp for the last several weeks. You know, I do and love this rain. Even though it's humid outside, it causes fog and difficult driving conditions. We do love the precip that's moving in, that is for sure. Susan, you'll take it. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the cold, I think Christmas Eve and Christmas Day will be perfect. It'll be seasonal. At moments, it might be a little warmer than average, but again, that's still 10 days out. We have a lot to break down and a lot to catch you up on and more data to look at in the next coming days as we get closer to Christmas by the 24th and 25th. Okay, outside right now, it is drizzly. It is gross. It is ugly. It is very misty and damp and humid outside. Now, with all this moisture, with all the fog that's going to form overnight, with all this drizzle moving in, the clouds especially, we don't see a huge drop in temperatures. As a matter of fact, tonight, I think we dropped down to 65, 66, and that's it. It is not going to be cold tonight. It will be wet, it'll be gross, it'll be humid outside, but it's not going to be cold. That's one thing it will not be tonight, tomorrow morning. And we talked about overnight lows. So right now we're at 68, 69 in the city, 71 at Lackland. We're only going to dip down about 5 degrees or so, if that, over the next 10, 11 hours. So it's going to stay pretty warm overnight. Very, very humid. And the cloud cover, the drizzle, the fog is all to blame with those south and southeast winds ushering in more moisture and more clouds in our direction and some light rain as well. Definitely yards need it. It is a steady drizzle all day in Schertz. Good. You know, I live not too far from Schertz, Sharon. I'm kind of in the Bulverde, Evans area, kind of near Encino Ridge, 281 area, and we didn't see much rain. We saw some drizzle this morning, but it was mostly dry from lunchtime to about 6 p.m. But now rain's moving back in. It's very steady. It's a drizzly mist kind of variety of rain, and that's going to continue overnight. As a matter of fact, I think it gets even worse through tomorrow morning. It becomes more widespread. It's still going to be light rain, but on and off areas of moderate showers moving through, and then add the fog to the mix. It's going to be very, very difficult tomorrow morning, so get ready for that. We will need to worry about a freeze. Will we need a... No, not anytime soon. Freezing temperatures are not expected through Tuesday, maybe as early as Thursday morning, but that's still like 4 or 5 days out from now. That's when it'll get a lot colder by the end of next week. So, yeah. Happy 39th birthday to Jacob Ruggs, man. Hey, man, how you doing? Jacob, you're always here, man. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for getting on the stream. Happy 39th birthday, man. What are you doing? Are you going out to dinner? Are you celebrating? What are you doing to celebrate your 39th birthday, 39th trip around the sun, Jacob? What are you doing to celebrate? How's the sun? Feel for a bike ride? Yeah, I mean, tomorrow, I wouldn't say it's a bike ride kind of weather. It's going to be wet. It's not going to be wet in the afternoon, but the morning tomorrow early, it's going to be very damp. So if you're going to do any bike riding or any outdoor events, outdoor plans tomorrow, wait till after lunchtime when it starts to dry up, and then I think the sun will come out a little bit towards 3 and 4 o'clock. It'll trend drier into the afternoon, but the morning tomorrow early and overnight tonight is just really, really wet. Susan, you're very welcome. Have a great night. Be safe, and hope you're having a wonderful weekend. It is warm out there, and it is damp. Let's take a look at radar on this Saturday night. Sweeping radar, if you look closely, you can see some, rain out there, right? There's some light rain moving through Schertz, Garden Ridge, New Braunfels, north of Santa Clara, north of I-10. It's hard to see, but there is precip out there, and it's very light, right? It's more of the same, drizzle, mist, precip that's very, very light. More of a moderate downpour moving through south of Hollywood Park, between there and Shorts Corner. Let's zoom in. You can see street level. Let's take a look. That's Henderson Pass, San Pedro towards Kentwood Manor, south of Redland Road and 1604 on the north side. That's where we're seeing a decent shower. The south side is mostly dry, but is there drizzle out there? Probably. It's just not being picked up on the radar because it's so light and because the clouds are so low to the ground. We have a very low cloud deck, and that is producing the drizzle and mist you're seeing out there as well. All right, so let's take a look at, that's radar. So some rain, especially on the north and northeast side. Tonight, here comes the fog. Take a look. And I would say through 7 a.m. is when it is the worst. So between now and 3 a.m., expect more mist, more drizzle, more light rain, and more fog to form, especially after midnight. So, I mean, this is obviously when most of us are asleep, but if you are staying out late tonight, if you know anyone staying out late tonight and they're driving home, you know, who knows, in the overnight hours, it is going to be very foggy, very wet out there, so drive with caution, be careful. Some of those roads are going to be hazardous just because you add in light rain, you add in mist drizzle, you add in fog. That's all a bad combination for driving in San Antonio and across anywhere. So just be very careful tonight, tomorrow morning, and then by 6, 7 a.m., there will be pockets of fog that will be as low as a quarter mile. That's very dense. On average, a mile to a half a mile in visibility tomorrow. As the sun slowly comes up, it's going to be overcast. Tomorrow is going to be an ugly start, but towards the afternoon, it clears out. The rain moves off, and then by the afternoon, it'll still be cloudy, but it'll be in the upper 70s, and a few breaks in the sky will come out for Sunday afternoon. Tonight's forecast, we stay right around hovering in the mid to upper 60s. It is going to be extremely humid and warmer than average. Our average morning low in this time of December is probably in the middle 40s. We should be bottoming out based on average numbers in 45 to 44, but instead tonight we're only bottoming out at 65, 66, and that's if we get lucky because these clouds are going to keep us very, very warm in the overnight. Sunday forecast, if you're doing any shopping tomorrow, it is I don't want to say the last Sunday before Christmas. It's not. That's not. It's the second to last Sunday before Christmas. And I imagine that the, malls will be open a little earlier. If you're doing any outside shopping, La Cantera or to North Star, to Ingram Mall, if you're doing any shopping tomorrow, just know that it will be ugly in the morning, right? It'll be very foggy, rainy, wet, damp tomorrow morning. After about 10 a.m., a lot of the moisture moves out. We will maintain cloud cover all day long, but you'll have to lose the jacket. I mean, maybe a jacket to protect yourself from the rain and the drizzle, but near 80 tomorrow. It is going to be really, really warm. Average high is 63, 64 for San Antonio right now in December. Tomorrow we'll be right around 78. Some areas south of Bexar County may hit 80 degrees, 81. Very warm. That's like 15 degrees above average. So tomorrow we'll start off damp, wet, drizzly, and foggy, and then trend drier into the afternoon, and then a little bit better by the afternoon, highs near 78. So very, very warm for December standards. From Juan, any cold fronts expected? Yes, sir. We do have a couple of cold fronts to talk about. However, between now and Tuesday, more of this. Sorry, I had to figure out which way I was pointing. So what you're seeing tomorrow, pretty much what you saw today, 70s, cloudy, drizzle, morning fog, afternoons a little drier, that we're on repeat for next several days. So what you saw today and what you'll see tomorrow will be on tap for Monday and Tuesday. It's on Wednesday morning is when we're pinpointing a cold front to move through, our next cold front. So what is Wednesday? Is that the 18th? Yeah, so on December 18th, this upcoming Wednesday, next week, December 18th, that's when our next cold front will move through. It'll drop highs from the 70s, probably down to the upper 50s. So a pretty good temperature drop is expected with this next cold front. But in the meantime, if you're shopping out tomorrow, if you're doing any holiday gift wrapping, gift shopping for the family, friends, it is going to be very, very foggy and wet tomorrow morning with a few breaks in the sky and highs in the upper 70s. It's going to be overall very humid and a very cloudy and warm day here in South Texas. All right, so a lot of folks are asking about the cold front moving through Wednesday morning. That's when we're timing it out for San Antonio. Here it is right here. I'll have to adjust the timing a little bit, and we'll have another update at KENS 5 News at 10, so in about an hour. But this cold front will take its time. It will move very slowly across the Lone Star State next week. So here it is on Monday, entering North Texas, Dallas, and Fort Worth. There may be a couple of showers and storms in north and central Texas Monday afternoon, Monday night, Tuesday morning, as it stalls for a little bit, somewhere between here and Waco, and then it moves through eventually Wednesday morning, causing some more rain, scattered rain, and maybe an isolated storm by the middle of next week. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and I think by Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, we are clear, we're sunny. It's going to set up a beautiful rest of the week into Thursday and Friday. Meantime, though, it is going to be warm, humid, rinse and repeat today, tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. And then here comes the cooler air, the more December-like air, from 76 Tuesday to 72 Wednesday to 57 Thursday. So several consecutive days of just cooling off. The humidity will be pushed out briefly to cause a chance for rain in the morning on Wednesday, but afternoon Wednesday, midweek, it is dry. Thursday, starting off at 40 and then topping out at 57. Thursday is going to be chilly to cold. So it does return eventually, but the next 4 days is warm and humid. Next Friday, the Friday before Christmas, I was going to say Thanksgiving, Christmas, from 40 to 61. And then next Saturday, this time next weekend, from 47 to 62. Some models are saying there will be some cold front moving through sometime between the 23rd and the 25th, so Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So we were talking earlier, what is Christmas looking like right now? Obviously, it can change a lot between now and then, and it will. But right now, as of Saturday night, it looks drier and it looks warmer on average and based on average. Typical average high in San Antonio in mid to late December is 63, 64. You can see on Christmas Eve near 70, 72, and then Wednesday, a little cooler behind this frontal boundary, but the morning lows are still trending warmer in the 50s. And the daytime highs, if anything, are seasonal or if slightly above average in the mid 60s. So that's what Christmas Eve and Christmas Day is looking like right now. Just want to reiterate, a lot can change between now and then. There is a small chance for rain on Christmas Eve. It's not set in stone. Come back to us. We'll have more updates as more forecast data comes in and is available. But right now, next several days, warm and humid, highs in the 70s, mornings in the 60s. Next cold front, Wednesday early. That'll drop highs from the 70s back down near 57 on Thursday, 61 on Friday. Morning temperatures, upper 30s, lower 40s. Going to get cold again, but not until the 19th and the 20th, 4, 5, 6 days out from now. All right, waiting for a good Arctic front. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we've had pretty good cold fronts and frequent fronts in the last several weeks and since fall started. I mean, October was warm though. November, that's when it started to really come in. But in terms of Arctic fronts, nothing yet. I mean, we've had strong cold fronts, but we want a very strong cold front. We want a blue northerner. We want an Arctic front to move through. And as of right now, none of those are expected in the weather, but we do want them. We do want them. Winter starts next Saturday, December 21st. Hopefully, the onset of winter will change that. Mountain cedar with cold front. Probably. On was it Tuesday or Wednesday? We saw our first glimpse at a low count of mountain cedar in the pollen count, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it disappeared. But that was the first time we saw mountain cedar, meaning with more cold fronts moving in, all the pollen from the trees in the hill country, when cold fronts move through, that transport all that pollen to San Antonio. So I would say if we see a spike in mountain cedar, it'll happen Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, and especially into Thursday, Friday, and next Saturday. So the 19th, 20th, 21st. Get your allergy medication ready because if you're not from San Antonio, if you're just joining us, mountain cedar just makes all of us sneeze. I mean, my sinuses are almost uncontrollable when mountain cedar spikes into the moderate category, into the high category. I just start sneezing. It gets crazy, And my body hasn't acclimated to it too much. As a matter of fact, over the years, it's almost gotten worse living here and dealing with mountain cedar. It's like acclimating to it, but I'm more sensitive and susceptible to mountain cedar, and I sneeze so much more often when it gets breezy and the cold front comes through. The winds breeze, they get gusty, and that mixes up the pollen more, and it transports more towards San Antonio. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is when we're expecting cooler air, colder overnights, and more mountain cedar. We'll keep you posted here on Ken's 5. From Natalia, Texas, from Jose, sprinkling off and on today. Yeah, it's kind of the pattern we're in, very spring-like, where we have so much moisture from the Gulf that acts as a low deck of clouds, and it produces just humidity and light morning rain, on and off drizzle all day long. And Jose, yeah, more is on the way for tomorrow morning. Fog will be a concern early tomorrow. Drive very carefully. Visibility will be down to a half a mile on Sunday morning. 5, 6, 7 a.m. We may see visibility below a quarter mile. So tomorrow morning, going to be very difficult driving. Be very careful, plan ahead, keep a large distance between the car in front of you, and just be careful tomorrow morning. And even tonight, because fog, rain, drizzle will continue on and off for the next 12 to 15 hours. Mid to upper 70s, guys, on Monday and Tuesday. It is going to be very warm. Small chance of an isolated scattered storm as a cold front moves through Wednesday morning. We go from 76 Tuesday to 72 Wednesday, to 57 Thursday. So progressively, you just get cooler through the middle of next week, the 18th and 19th and 20th. Look at the morning temperatures, 40 degrees, and that means middle 30s at least for the hill country next Thursday and next Friday, the 19th and 20th. Right now, Christmas looks seasonal. Highs probably in the mid to upper 60s, near 70. Morning temperatures a little cooler in the lower 50s, but remember, average morning temperatures in December are always in the 40s. So the fact that Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, we're looking at 50s and 60s in the overnight, again, things can change, but right now, as of this evening, it looks a little warmer and drier than average. A small chance of a shower on Christmas Eve, but don't count on it. We will update you with more information in the weeks to come. In the days to come, we're only, 15 days away from, 10 days away from Christmas. What am I saying? We are a week and a half away from Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So that is it for the forecast, guys. Have a wonderful Saturday night. Remember, fog forms overnight tonight. It makes for a very foggy, wet morning tomorrow early. Be very careful. But by afternoon hours tomorrow, it's drier, 78. Outdoor plans should be fine. It's just the morning, the better chance at some drizzle and some light morning rain. That's pretty much it. We have the updates on Ken's 5's app. Download it today in the App Store. It is free, free 99. We all love free, right? But anyway, for the Ken's 5 app, we have updates, weather-related updates. We have weather alerts, weather notifications, anything that's winter-related, severe weather-related, tropical-related, cold weather-related, anything that our weather team, our team of meteorologists are looking at. We constantly update the Ken's 5 app. So download it today. We have it free in the App Store. And of course, all other updates on local news, sports, Spurs, San Antonio, things you need to know around the city. We have updates on our Ken's 5 app. It is free. Meantime, tomorrow, 78, starting off foggy and drizzly and just very gloomy and gray and overcast tomorrow, and that's pretty much the theme through Monday, through Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday morning, one more time, everybody. Wednesday morning is when our next cold front moves through. We'll go from 76 Tuesday to 72 Wednesday and 57 Thursday. That rain chance you're seeing on Wednesday, 40%, that'll be best in the morning hours. So, 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. And I think that'll be the best opportunity at seeing rain Wednesday. And then after lunchtime Wednesday, midweek, we are clearing out. Skies will be sunny. And that'll help temperatures fall off even more. Thursday morning, 40 degrees. That means mid to lower 30s for the hill country. Early Thursday, early Friday, and high near 61. And this time next week, first day of winter. Lower 60s, seasonal weather by the back half of next week. Have a wonderful night, guys. Be safe, and we'll see you later. And tune in to Ken's 5 News at 10 in less than an hour for another update on weather, sports, local news, everything you need to know around San Antonio. Have a great Saturday night, everybody. Be safe and drive carefully out there. It is still wet. The roads are slippery, and just be careful out there. Have a safe Saturday night, and tune in to Ken's 5 News at 10 in about, let's say, 45 minutes.